Welcome to What's up, you donkeys? So I'm in Vancouver now, and I've grossly misplanned this poker trip because there is no poker happening in Vancouver. I thought the casinos would have poker by now, but they don't. So welcome to another episode of going to a random address given to me by a stranger on Instagram with a bag of money. We're in a home game in Coquitlam, 1-3, max $600 buy-in. Let's not get murdered. Let's go.
Amazing, we did not get murdered. Lovely house in Coquitlam. Nice table and a poker table that lights up. This is such a nice bonus on top of not getting murdered. Perfect day to break the run bad. So let's start out strong with Jack 7, $300 in our fresh stack. There's a middle position open, 4 callers. I have a garbage hand on the big blind, but something pot odds we call. Flop is King 7. We have a pair, 2 pair really. We check into the button who bets $30 and only I call. So heads up now, turn is an offsuit, 3, I check, button bets 50, I just go ahead and fold. Don't love my 7 in a 5-way multi-way pot, I'll find a better spot later. Why did I play this hand? Courtney, when you're editing this later, please do not judge me. $250 in our stack now. We pick up Queen Jack offsuit, middle position limps $5, folds to me in the small blind, and I open to $20. The big blind calls and the middle position calls. We go 3 ways to a flop out of position. The flop comes 10-9, deuce, 2 hearts. We have an open ender. So I check, and now the big blind, who is very aggressive. He's very aggressive. He bets $35, middle position folds, and I check raise to $90, and he calls. Turn is the 4 of clubs. Let's get him off some 9x, 10x, or ace or king high flush draw. I only have 140 left in my stack in a pot of around 240. I wish I had check raised to a better sizing so that I could make more than just a little bit more than a half pot bet on the turn, so I can have more fold equity. But a donkey gotta do what a donkey gotta do. We don the all-in sunglasses and we shove all in.
I just want to make the vlog just because I have nothing here but like
Stone Cold. I love this guy.
no, so you can talk.
I think he's a dog, bro.
He folds. He asked to rabbit hunt, and the river is a king. We would have made our straight. Kinda wish he called now. Stack is healthy once again. We now have $330, so we are up to $30. That's like 30 items at the dollar store, so that's pretty good. We're under the gun with ace 4 suited, and there's a $10 button straddle, so I limp. I want to see a cheap flop and don't want to inflate the pot out of position with a marginal hand, especially when it's likely we're going to go multi-way, and multi-way we go. There are 3 callers, and the button checks their option, so 5 ways to a flop. That's right, 5. And by the way, we're like 7-handed right now. The flop is ace 10 jack. We have top pair, no kicker, so we check with our showdown value and not to inflate the pot, and it checks through. Turn is the 10 of spades, which I don't love to see because any bottom pair now makes trips, so I check again. +1, the aggro player bets $35, +2 calls. Multi-way, I definitely can fold here, but with all the draws out there, especially when I unblock spades, I decide to call. And the river is the 6 of diamonds. I check, hoping to get a showdown. Wishes come true. It checks through. I go ahead and show my ace 4. +1, the aggro player shows ace 9. But our kickers don't play. We both have aces and jacks. 10 kicker. What I thought might have been a bad turn was a good one for us, and we chop up this pot. Stack of 350. We pick up a pair of Courtneys in +1. Under the gun opens to $10. I 3-bet to $35. Middle position calls small blind cold. 4 bets to $95. Under the gun folds. And I'm pretty sure GTO doesn't 4-bet small blind cold 4 bets too often with queens, so I just call here and middle position folds. Did Greg Goes all in just mention GTO. Yeah, Greg theory optimal. Heads up to a flop in position with about $250 remaining in my stack. The flop is Jack, 7, 8, 2 spades. We have an overpair and a gutter, but not loving that we're now behind jacks. Only thing in this person's range I'm ahead of really is ace king. Small blind bets 150 into around 250. If I call, I'll only have around $100 left. I'm not sure whether to just call or rip it all in. I decide to just call to keep ace king in his range, hoping for a check on the turn. The turn is another jack, which honestly makes me feel a little bit better about my hand since it's less likely that they have jacks for quads, but of course I'm still behind aces and kings. And he does rip it all in for the $100 effective left in my stack. But with $550 in the pot, I think I just have to call. So I sigh, call, no more action. Dealer puts out the river. It's a queen. Courtney's never do me wrong, but I ain't showing first till small blind proves he doesn't have quads.
I have an overpair.
Show. King, queen.
Sorry, bud.
River queen.
We fast roll my queens. We drill our 2-outer to win the pot. Better to be lucky than good, baby.
How much you got left behind it? I want to stack you so I can give you a pair of sunglasses.
Looking good, dads. Looking good. If you want your own pair of all-in sunglasses and don't want to get stacked for them, the link is in the description below. $22 US, and we've got new black all-in sunglasses too. And while I'm shamelessly promoting myself, please drop a like. These things take forever to edit. Back to the game. We've doubled our stack and now we're sitting on $600+ in chips, baby. Next is the button straddle to $10, 2 callers. I raised to 60 from the hijack with ace queen offsuit. Agromance to my left calls. He never lets me be in position. Never. The button straddle folds. 1 limper calls. So we're 3 ways to a flop in middle position. It comes queen 5-3, 2 hearts. Nice dry flop for us with our top pair, top kicker. Checks to me. I bet $65. Agromance to my left calls. And limper check raises all in $140. Reopening the action. Only 75 more to call. Essentially a min raise, so there's no folding. But do I call or re-raise to get guy on my left out of here? I opt to re-raise to get the caller to my left out of the pot. I re-raised 250. They snap fold. Heads up. No more action. Villain shows pocket 3s for a set. I'm essentially drawing dead. Yep. Nope. I am dead. Limper, why you no fold pre-flop? Once again, we find ourselves jacking off on the button. Early position limps $5. I don't know why, but I just limp here on the button with jacking off. Guess I didn't feel like being aggressive with jacking off this time round. Agromance to my left in small blind opens to $40. Early position limper calls, and I call. 3 ways to a flop in position. The flop is king 3-3. We've hit our top pair. Small blind now bets $80 into around $120. Why is so big on a dry flop? Early position folds and I call. The turn is the 10 of spades, now bringing in a flush draw, and now small blind goes all in for my entire stack, $330 effective, and the pot is only around $280. Over bet shove. It's such a weird line. I am so confused. Let's take a listen to my inner ramblings.
You really do this with ace king or aces? I don't think you do. You're too good for that. An overbet, Jesus. Pocket 10s? Ethan. Okay, jeez, what are you doing? Pocket 10s? Bro, what would you do with king jack? What would you do with jacking off? Jacking off. If I block the king, aces. What do you think I'm calling you on the flop with? I don't feel good about this. That's all that you show me. Fuck. That's crazy. No, I pulled.
You recorded?
I was recording. 7 deuce.
Yep, that's right. Mans really had 7 deuce. To win the 7 deuce game, everyone at the table gives him $5. It was such a weird line, especially from an experienced player, but I'm learning not to call huge bets in small stake games. So, but jacking off once again did not feel good. Stack is back to $320, right about where we started, but like Taylor Swift, we shake it off, and we're back in the cutoff with ace-queen offsuit. I open to $15, the button on my left calls. The small blind min raised 3 bets to $30, only leaving himself with $90 left behind. The big blind calls. All this dead money in the pot versus this short stack, we're going to go for all of it, so we go all in to isolate this player, and the plan works out. Button folds, small blind calls the all in, the big blind folds. I show my ace-queen, small blind shows ace-8 suited. We run it twice, no more action, around $285 in the pot. Let's watch the run out.
This is good for you. Yeah, twice.
Full words. Let's see it.
Okay, I'm ahead.
Good shot.
I'm ahead.
He's ahead.
8.
He's good. He's good.
The nuts are
No,
second
straight,
nuts.
no, straight.
Freaking nuts, yeah. He's got first board, Archie. You need an 8 here.
No, you're
Okay.
pretty
Runner,
done.
runner, hearts?
No, that's...
Runner Hearts?
Oh,
Ace?
Ace.
No.
Ace.
He's done. No.
Queen.
I have ace queen. Sorry, man.
Yeah, scoops.
Nice to scoop that pot up and win both boards. We've got 535 in our stack now, $235 profit, but I want more. So next hand we pick up, it's 10-7 suited on the button. Early position limps, I limp. Aggro Mans immediately punishes me and opens $35 from the small blind. The big blind calls, limper folds, and I call because I like punishment, daddy. Flop is 8-9 jack, 2 clubs, Uno reverse. It is I who will be doing the punishing. We flop a straight, the second nuts. Even better, small blind leads out for $75. Big blind folds. I re-raise to $200. He goes all in for around $300. I snap him off. He shows queens with a club. We run it twice. No running clubs, no tens. Both the runouts come out clean, and we stack this man's, though. No glasses for him because I can't keep giving out free glasses at these games because dad needs to make a living. Stack is looking healthy, sitting at around 1100, currently up 800. Let's not punt it off. Big stack, nearing the end of our session. God fucking damn it, we pick up jacks in the small blind. Yep, this is it. We're going broke. Button straddles, $10. I call the straddle with the plans of check raising and hoping to take this down pre-flop. The cutoff bites and raises to $75. Button folds and I raise to $200, expecting him to fold often as this cutoff player has been playing pretty loose, so I don't expect his late position opening to be that strong. Unfortunately, he does call, so 2 ways to a flop out of position in a straddled 3-bet pot with jacks. The flop is 10-8 king, 2 diamonds. Oh, humana. We down bet to 125 and cut off calls. The turn is the queen of diamonds. Things go from bad to worse, but we do pick up a flush draw and a straight draw. I consider shoving here, but after I think about it for a while, it feels like only better is calling and worse is folding. I think his open call 3-bet range in late position usually has a lot of suited broadways. So I just elect to check here, hoping to get the showdown, and he obliges with an aggressive check back. The river is the 7 of clubs. We don't improve. We check once more, and the cutoff checks back again aggressively. I show my jiggities, and hopefully we're good, but no, the cutoff shows ace queen of hearts. This was one of the hands that night that really stumped me. I don't know at all if I played this well or not. Please let me know what you think. I've been learning lots from y'all's comments, and I really appreciate them, and I do read each and every one. Sucks to lose this big pot. We're back to $635 in our stack, but we've got a nice profit, so we decided to call it a day and book a win.
I just booked a win and I didn't get murdered. That's a pretty good fucking day for poker. In for 300, out for 635. Feels good to break the run bad. Thanks for the game. Thanks for supporting the merch. And thanks for not murdering me. Stay loose, you fucking donkeys. Subscribe and like and comment, and I'll see you next time.